How we doing today? Nice into the week, Friday. Getting the weekend started after this video. Don't really got any plans. Not really why I'm hyping up the weekend like that. But hopefully you guys had a good week. I had an alright week, right? Nothing bad. Definitely dealing with a lot of mental things, getting closer to passing my account, right? Taking some losses, stuff like that, right? But overall, I think it's been a good week, a great learning week, and I think I'm just riding a wave of confidence on my trading. I think my trading's just getting better and better and better each and every single day. Um, and I'm just excited to see how we keep going on about this. Right now, I'm in a paper trade. We are live watching this paper trade. Why turtle soup at this high? Why is it a turtle soup? Well, you might ask. We have this 2-minute gap right here, and we've been putting in these lower highs. I do believe that we will run these at some point. I don't think now is the time because of the rejection above that high. And we got this inverse on the 1 minute. This would be the break-even point. Probably scale 2 off there, go break even, and then I'll probably take 3 off here at this low, and then I would say I'd leave some there. The rest, I'd say that's 5 left. Just kind of some math here. Then I'd say 3 more off. You know what? Let's see. A limit by 2 here. Cool. And then 1 at these lows. That's 8 total. So that's 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'd leave the rest for, this low here. I'd leave 1 to the new week gap and just see how we go there, because I don't think we're really going to go too much further than that low, but that's besides the point. I think we're about to get our first TP there. But anyways, back to the actual trading stuff. Today was a pretty cool day with reading price action. I learned a good amount. I think today was a nice day to be sitting there in front of my charts and trading. Let's get off the practice account and go here. We made $69 today. Massive day, huh? But no, in all seriousness, a good day on the account. If you follow me on Twitter, I kind of spoiled this video in a sense, but that's cool, right? That's completely fine. Let me know if you guys follow me on there and if you watch these videos, because do you guys want me to post before I make the video, or do you guys like waiting to see the video to see what I've done? Not that many people follow me on there, so I don't really know if it matters too much if I do that or not. So just kind of curious what you guys' opinions are on that. And wow, that's kind of, did we hit that break-even point? We went even with it, so I think this fair value gap should hold. But anyways, on to the actual day and what we actually did today. Coming into the morning, let's just pull up the trading view chart so we can do the split screen. I bet you can do it on Top Step X, but I don't really know how, if I'm being completely honest. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm maybe just a little bit slower than most. Come into the day, though, we had a pretty wild SMT. This high here, right? This high, pretty much the same one, right? Big SMT, that was bearish. And also, we had this big new day opening gap that was definitely a draw on liquidity, so I should have been more bearish, but I wasn't really in love with shorts or longs altogether. I wasn't really the biggest proponent for either. I didn't really build too strong of a case on either opportunity, right? So I guess not. Shout that out, right? Follow me here, Diego B Trades. Like I said, I kind of spoiled the things. We'll go over that. But yeah, if you guys like seeing that stuff, you guys can definitely check that out, because I even posted this on the paper account, right? Just kind of let you guys know. And I do want to go over this trade because this was a nice trade that I didn't really have high conviction in to take with my actual account, but I thought it was a cool setup nonetheless, right? So we had the SMT going to open, but then open, we came up. So, okay, I guess I'll get rid of this SMT. We had a double SMT as well, actually. We actually ended up having SMT at these highs here, very slightly. I'll get rid of these here. We had a very slight SMT, as you can see here, but an SMT, you know, nonetheless. I don't know why I've said that twice, but we had an SMT there, which was also another sign that should have told me, okay, look, we are bearish. If we get rid of this ES chart here now, we had this going to open, right? We had a sweep of these lows here, which was inside a bullish fair value gap, and we got a pump up. We held this fair value gap as well. We closed above it. So that was the initial surge off open. And then we had a big gap here on the 15-minute, and we also had this 1 minute gap. So what did or 5 minute gap. So what I ended up doing, my first trade actually of the day on my evaluation count was, I believe, 2 micros or 1 micro. I think it was 2 micros. I inversed this. I went long, and I like how I went break even today. I went break even this high. Normally I talk about not really liking break even certain spots. This was a situation where I like going break even because it looked bearish, right? I knew it was bearish, but at this moment in time, this looks like a long to me. And I'm more than happy to take it, right? We swept out these low off open. We in this fair value gap, this 5 minute, this 15-minute as well was holding pretty bullish right here. So I don't hate this setup. I don't think it's a bad setup. I don't think there's much wrong with it. I think it's good that I sized lower and that I went to break even soon because, right, I was just hoping to play a continuation trend of a trend day, right? Sometimes at all-time highs, you just keep ripping. So that was kind of the idea behind it. Stopped to break even. More than happy with that. Did I need to be looking for longs? Probably not. But do I regret this trade? Definitely not. I think that it's fine. And I think going to break even soon was good. After that happened, though, I should have been able to flip quicker. That was one thing I didn't do. I didn't flip quick enough. This became a 4-hour fair value gap. This low right here, we just pull that up. Right here, this low is the 4-hour. We created that candle. And then with that, we ended up having good structure getting put in. So what did we do? The 5 minute actually is the most beautiful chart today, but we inversed this after tapping into what? We tap into this 5 minute order block right here. Boom, this up close candle that gets closed below, we trade up into it, right? Faking longs out. We get that rebalance. Boom, we actually had an SMT at this high. I'm on ES. If you guys want to go into your chart and look, gosh, if you want to look, there's an SMT here. I don't really pay too much mind to those types of SMTs, but it's just kind of interesting. Also, traded back into this inversion, so there's just a lot of stuff right there. Trade back to that version, got an inverse here. Breakaway gap, boom, closed again below this last gap and this last gap. And actually, we traded back into this inversion again and held it nice. And we had this 1 minute gap. So this started looking like one-sided bearish price action, and I recognize that. But I didn't have an entry model, right? This is not the typical inverse that I like to take. And I almost took it. The reason I didn't is because for my understanding, my logic, my testing, my live experience, when I try and trade without a sweep of the high, or I try and trade without fair value gap and we're at all-time highs, so it's nothing left to us, doesn't really do well for me a lot of the times. It doesn't really come out well, especially with this big move down. In my opinion, I was like, okay, this is kind of already moved a lot. What if, whatever, right? And we still had this 15-minute gap that I didn't know if we were going to hold or not, right? I did not know if we were going to hold or not. So I wasn't able to get in on that, unfortunately, but it was pretty clean here. We had this gap. Boom, we trade into it, and then we trade down, we trade below, and we put in this order block right here. With that order block being put in, we end up trading back to it. This actually, I don't know if this is a unicorn. I don't think it is, but a order block with a fair value gap overlapped. This was a nice, it traded back into it, and then respected again. This is where, if you guys saw on my Twitter, this is the trade I took, where we traded into this fair value gap here. We held it, we displaced lower, and then this fair value gap was the entry. Kind of show you guys that right there. And stop was just above this high. And then we were targeting this 4-hour low. Nice risk reward. I think it was even more like that. And a nice 2.8 risk reward. Maybe it was a little bit less. I think it was just the top of this candle, like a 2.3. And this was a very beautiful trade. We ended up making another fair value gap and just holding that. And I definitely want to just highlight this price run. The reason I'm talking about it is because this is just an efficient price run. This is why you want to trade earlier in the morning if you have good price action, because you'll see one outside price action, right? Right now, we are not getting one side price action, and I should go break even on the evaluation account. Break even, boom. It'll probably stop us out, but yeah, I mean, that's treating it like we're on it for real, right? But the reason why this price runs so well is because we have the SMT here. We trade above it. We have one thing I do want to talk about that Johnny talks about, and I've been noticing it. This move up overnight wasn't sponsored by anything, right? And what he means by that, besides the new day gap, it wasn't sponsored by a fair value gap. There was no 1 hour or higher fair value gap that we used to go higher. So this was what Johnny would call a fake low a day. I'm sure he caught this shorts. I'd be shocked if he didn't. And then also too, when we look at this, all of the 5-minute up close candles start getting respected. So when you see this, it's a very clear sign of one side price action, right? The up close candles, that's this one here. We trade back to it, which is the order block on the 1 minute. We trade back to this candle here. Gosh, man. We trade back to this candle here, this candle's body. We trade to it. It's also a 5-minute order block. And it's one-sided, right? You can get in on any of these gaps. This fair value gap, you can get in on. You can get on this inverse. You can get in on this order block. Any of these moves that you get in on, you're going to succeed. And that's when you know you're in really high probability conditions. That's when you know you're really on the right side of the market. And that's why you can take a trade low down right here, and it's still a very valid setup because with the price action, there's no reason for it to retrace too much higher. And if it does, there'll probably be another entry. And you know, okay, boom, this low gets taken. After that low gets taken, another thing that I've been learning from Johnny is to pay attention to the last fair value gap on the move down. And I'll show you guys kind of what I mean by that. And there's a great example, I believe, Tuesday, if you guys go look. I'm in a very similar spot. But we have this fair value gap, and notice, why is this one important? Well, not because it gets respected here, but because it's the fair value gap that broke this low, which was a very important low. So that being said, if this candle, if we were just sweeping liquidity to go higher, this would get inversed. And I know it's obvious, right? If we're going to go back up here, we have to inverse this. But when you see this, it shows you that price really isn't ready to keep going, right? It's really not willing to keep going because we can't even trade to 50%, and we just place again following through. That leads me into what happened on my actual trade and why I took profits where I did and why I closed the trade where I did. Is because, and we'll just pull up this trade here. Wow, this trade's moving nice. The first trade, I took it with 1 micro. The reason I took it with 1 micro is because I wasn't trying to be heavy on risk today anyways, and the stop loss was big. I took the 5-minute inversion. I don't hate this trade. I don't like it though. I don't think this is the best trade I could have taken. We closed on the 5-minute pretty much up here on this candle here. I got in and I got stopped out right around this low. Cool, again, stopped out. I'm not really cool with the entry. I think the entry was just kind of bad. I could have waited for the retest this level, and then I could have my stop here, or I could have retested here, and I could have had pretty much the same stop around there. But regardless, the 5-minute didn't work out. And it's kind of tricky to explain, but I don't like this 5-minute inverse for a few reasons. Mainly because it's against the overall trend. I think that we're just going to continue to taper off slowly, and it's kind of like a reversal play. Reason for that trade not working out, or the 5-minute, I've seen a lot of 5 minutes that I like to take on inverses. There's a lot that I don't like to take. I'd say there's more 5 minutes I don't like taking than there are that I do. And there's just very specific cases where the 5-minute isn't very ideal. And a lot of the times it's this type of one. And I honestly, I hate to just say that I don't really have a great explanation for why. It's kind of just like an experience thing. I've just seen it so many times just kind of burn me a little bit. And let's see how this thing's doing. Nice. So we've hit our a few take profits. And now what I would do is I would trail my stop. I could trail it to here, but I don't know if that's greedy. I'm going to trail it to there. You know what? I'm going to trail it to there. Or I'll trail it to this body, right? I don't really care. It's paper. The next trade we ended up taking was this, was right after that, the 30-second long. Why? Well, we came down to this 1 minute gap here, and we did not break it. And we were also holding this 2 minute gap still with this order block. And I wasn't looking to re-long, but when we got this 30-second inverse with the speed, and we put in this solid order block right here, these down close candles got closed above, I knew that it would get to, I hate saying I knew, right? It just sounds corny. I assumed that I would be able to get to here and go break even. And then this was a 30-minute high, so I ended up scaling one off around here, a little bit higher, I actually believe, like maybe closer to this high. I think 42. I took it like these body highs. And then after that, I went to break even, obviously. And then I was going to hold for this high, but when we reached into here and we kind of slowed down, I ended up closing the last one. And I don't hate that, not just because I'm a hindsight warrior and it came back down, but because of what I was talking about here, right? This low is very important, and this fair value gap is very important. So if I'm not super, super bullish, I don't really expect us to get above this too easily. So in my mind, the way I was thinking about this is as follows, right? We're right here live time if we're in the trade, right? We're right here. And we're risking, because our entry was here, we're risking 37 points because we're floating 37 points to potentially make 19 more, right? So you're risking 39 points for 19 points, or 37 points for 19. Is that worth it? Well, it is if you have a lot of conviction, you have a lot of confidence. But if you don't have confidence that we're going to go much further past this, I don't like holding out past, with this fair value gap in our way, because we probably won't go higher than this all day, right? We might not go higher than that the rest of the day. We could. I'm not saying we won't, but we probably will take a while to get there. So I ended up closing it. And honestly, live time, it was probably more of just, let me just get out, more than logic. But looking back, I actually support that decision. So a lot of times, and maybe it is hindsight bias, right? Maybe if it ran above there, I would be saying the opposite. But I really do think that it was a logical close. Live time, I don't know. I don't think it was really due to just me being an amazing trader. It's more out of just, I don't really know if it's going to go higher. Let me close it. Regardless of the reason, looking back, I do support that close. So that was the review for my trading. That was kind of the trades I took, which was solid. Very, very solid trades. And yeah, I'm really happy with that, for sure. And let's see if we can get these last take profit. We'll kind of just let this play out live here, in front of us. Boom. Move my stop. So why, that's what's it called, not why, but okay, well, I forgot, there's like stuff I want to talk about, I guess. Good day, traded well, saw the market well. What was I trying to say? I hate when I do this where it just blanks, and now that I'm on the video and I don't edit these, so I can't just cut it out, so I can't really sit here and think like an idiot for a minute or 2 minutes. But gosh, man, this is actually frustrating because I knew what I was trying to say. And live in front of you guys, I'm just, I completely blanked. I had something specific that I wanted to say. Well, I don't know if this was it, but I do think that my trading, right, I'm 200 or 750 away from passing my first account. Inherently, that's just going to cause psychological barriers, right? That's just how it works, right? I'm going to have to recognize that and try and, deal with it. But I've noticed it, right? You guys have noticed it. I've been trading way smaller, but I've been doing better. I've been looking at the market well. I think I've been growing a lot of confidence in myself. But I definitely am thinking of that 750 as very obtainable, but it's also like, it's nice that it's 750. Like yesterday it was, 850. Now it's 750. You know what I mean? Like you're getting closer, and that's a nice feeling. And I think I'm trying to avoid the feeling of going from 750 to 1,000 away. Obviously, that's something you can't really worry about, but it definitely is something that is a potential thing in my mind. That's like, do I really want to give up a certain amount? And that's why I've been trading micros. I've been trading smaller size. I think that's why I've been trading a little bit worse, which is cool, right? That's something I have to deal with. I have to learn. I can't just run away from it, but I've definitely been noticing, right? I've definitely been noticing, just like you guys, that my trading, and the answer isn't demo, right? The answer isn't to just go on demo, because it's not a lack of confidence in my model. It's something that I'm gonna have to just get over, right? People always try and say, just go back to demo, or go to demo, or do this on demo. It's like, like I don't agree, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it's an issue with going to demo or not going to demo, because the problem isn't in my trading. I find great trades. I read the market well. I'm confident in that, on those aspects. The problem is all emotional. So it's not going to be solved by me just going on paper and just trading, right? Because I can sit here on paper and call great trades all day long, right? I can be profitable on paper all day long. It's the difference of doing it live on an account that means something to you. So no, I'm not going to trade paper. I'm not going to take a week off. Because it's none of those issues really, right? If I go and I just blow this account, I'll blow another one, whatever, then yeah, I need to take a break, I need whatever. But right now, the issues I'm facing with currently aren't really anything to do with paper or not. And it's just I'm gonna have to learn how to overcome not wanting to lose, right? That's something you can't do when you're on paper. You can't overcome that feeling of wanting to not end red, because you don't care. I don't care if I end red on paper. I just close my chart, because it's whatever. I don't care, right? You can't. That's the whole point in trading these fundeds, is to replicate some type of emotions, right? Because this trade right here, right? This is going to be a decently big trade if it hits the take profits, right? And I did on paper, no real emotions, but it doesn't matter, right? I can do this on paper all day. Like I can find great trades all day on paper, and that's something I need to just continue to get better at. And just obviously I can keep getting better at reading the chart, all that stuff, but yeah, I mean, I'm happy with where my account's at. I'm really excited. And there's definitely, I don't really feel the direct nerves like I used to, but I'm definitely just nervous of messing up my account. I'm nervous of not passing. Like I just want it so bad. I want to pass so bad. I want to get done with it so bad. And I just want to get over that line, because I think it will just install a lot of confidence no matter how I get there. Obviously, I want to do it the right way, but really, honestly, no matter how I get there, it's like I think it'll just install a lot of confidence in me. And then you guys will see a lot bigger days on the evaluations. You guys will see a lot bigger days on the evals. You'll see a lot better green days. You'll see me trading 5 micros. That's like a smaller size, right? Or not smaller size, but you'll see me trading 5 micros. You'll see me trading 10 micros on setups. I think I'll just be trading with a lot more freedom in my mind, because I'm basically imprisoning myself to the fact that I haven't passed. So I don't want to trade a big size, because I almost tell myself like, okay, who am I to trade this size, right? I have no proof of results. I've never passed an account. I've never done this. So why trade 10 micros and then pass the account in 3 trades? But did I really pass the account, or did I just take 3 lucky trades? And that's kind of where my mind's always been at. But I just know that once I can pass one, I know it'll install a lot of confidence, especially the way I've passed it, battling through tough days, good days, whatever, red days, overtrain days, and just if I can get this over the line, I know it will just inject a lot of confidence into myself and ability, because I'll have, it's not the end all be all by any means, but it'll just give me a lot of proof that I am getting better, right? You can't pass an account trading 5 or less micros consistently with getting lucky, right? I don't believe that. I don't believe you can get lucky doing that. So I just hope I can do it, and that's causing a lot of, I don't have as much fear, because I've been in this spot a few times. I've never been this close to passing, but I definitely have gone well on accounts and then just not done well. So I'm kind of just keeping myself calm. Like I'm pretty calm about it, but I definitely do just, I don't know. I just feel like we could definitely be trading more emotionless, and we could be making decisions less emotionless. And I look forward to that, but it's just something that everyone has to learn, right? Everyone, like, if this is a problem, I just have to deal with it like anything else, but that's where I'm at mentally. But it's a good problem. It's a great problem to have, right? Fantastic problem to have. So, excited to see how we can do with this. Yeah, don't really got much else to say on that, but that is kind of what we're thinking. So, yeah, again, appreciate all you guys that watch these videos. Hopefully you guys had a great week. Let me know. It looks like we're about to get stopped on this position, this short. I have a sneaky feeling that this thing plays out if we just go to break even. Maybe not, but it's paper. Who cares? But yeah, man, I'm gonna start my weekend. I don't know why I'm saying that as if I have some big plans, but I don't eat breakfast, and like that's fine. Like I don't like eating breakfast, but some mornings I'm just starving, bro. Like I haven't eaten yet, and it's 12:40, right? Like it's kind of rough. But yeah, nice in the week. Honestly, Fridays are always kind of sad, especially these videos, because like I'm done. I'm done until Monday, and it's kind of like, I'm gonna miss it, right? But yeah, I'm got a ski trip coming up, January, the second week of January, like the 8th or something. I think I'm gonna make a few videos, a journaling video, other videos. I'll make 3 to 4 videos to schedule to upload, because I'm addicted to posting videos on this account. I don't want to see my numbers drop mentally. I don't know why. I don't want to see my numbers drop. So I'll have great videos hopefully coming out then. So I'll have better videos than I post now. But I did want to mention that because if anyone, and again, bro, if you're still this far in the video, you know me by now. I just ramble at the end, talk about random stuff because I don't have people to talk to in real life. But my ankle is kind of messed up, man, and it's been messed up for a little bit, and I've been going to PT. I jammed it up, right? So like this part of the ankle, right? If this is my ankle, this part, I jammed it this way, so like straight back, and it hurts across the inside right on the left ankle. And it's been getting slowly better, and it's not like bad. I can walk and stuff, but for snowboarding, it's in no shape. And I'm kind of getting freaked out because I'm like 20-something days away, 30 days away from going. And like, I want this thing good, man. And I'm starting to get more worried that's not going to get good in time. And that would suck because I'm spending a lot of money to do this with my friends. And yeah, man, I'm going to be kind of sad if it hurts. So maybe I'm just going to have to hammer some stuff to help me. I don't know if you could talk about that. Nothing bad, nothing illegal, but I don't know the guidelines, man. I try and be safe. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have to just, take something in the morning before I go. But if anyone has any tricks on how to heal like a sprained or jammed ankle, like please let me know, bro, because like it's getting a lot closer to the trip. Like I injured this thing like probably October, and I haven't been able to run since. Like I don't know, it's starting to frustrate me, dude. So if you guys have any tips, please let me know. Like I'm actually curious. That's all. I'm not gonna keep rambling. I'll see you guys maybe this weekend. Probably not. You guys know. But Monday you'll see me for sure. I appreciate all the love and support. Let me know how you guys did this week. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.